faction accessories. Do they make me look handsome? Or too handsome?
Strange to see all this vacant space after the overcrowding at Matriarch's Mercy. Plenty of room for refugees here. If only the Order administrants got their act together.
You are listening to Grand Plan Wireless, Arcadia's voice of reason.
Students, even your favorite Vicar Mogsai needs an occasional sabbatical from providing around-the-clock enlightenment. But don't fret.
Oh, aren't you the eccentric sort?
Presiding Bishop Ruth Lazar. Here she is to field today's query. Why did the Order of the Ascendant split from the Order of Scientific Inquiry? Presiding Bishop, if you please.
I can answer that quite succinctly. Because the OSI had become corrupted. Oh, it started with good intentions. Just a small work group studying the predictive framework of the universe. They published some noteworthy papers, a few good dissertations. Then the charismatic mathematician began making his breakthroughs in theoretical mathematics, elevating OSI's predictive pursuit of perfection to a theology, scientism. That attracted outside interests. OSI once struggled to keep the lights on, but suddenly it had corporate suitors seeking to capitalize on scientism, to control the future. Ascension for all humanity was no longer OSI's primary mission. Most regrettably, our sacred tenets fell by the wayside. So when the Matriarch offered our first presiding bishop the opportunity to solve the equation here in Arcadia, and for the right reasons, he took it. Our sect split, and thus was the Order of the Ascendant formed.
Keep put. Much is left to come. This popular number has been conclusively proven to promote cognitive function.
How did your hypothesis about the flowers fare?
Exposing them to melodic sound waves on a consistent basis did affect improvements on their overall growth.
And you controlled for the amount of carbon dioxide expelled from your mouth during these musical sequences?
More testing may be required.
You know, you strike me as someone with a very small body of published work.
You okay? Seem off by a few decimal points.
Keep your digits where I can see them.
Mind your truth table P's and Q's now. You have no verifiable right to be here.
No. No.
Yeah.
This is Grand Plan Wireless, broadcasting soothing tunes for your audio canal and enriching content for your cerebral cortex around the chronometer until we achieve ascension. A general reminder for the especially studious: monitor your step when traversing between academical appointments. Do not read and walk. If you must operate near or adjacent to said conspicuous dimensional disturbances, please take additional care. Eyes forward, noses out of academic journals.
In closing, a potentially incongruent word of advice. Invariably find a way to turn your negatives into positives.
And now, additional data and/or music determined to facilitate cognition. And now, more music to perform advanced calculations by.
Probability and the grand plan. There can be no discussion of the grand plan without also entertaining a deep contemplation of probability. Our ability to predict events to varying degrees of certainty is fundamentally rooted in statistical mathematics. Statistics, at its heart, is not but data. Data that is gathered, interpreted, and subjected to analysis. But what is the role of chance in that analysis? Let's look at the interpretation of pure chance. If one flips a perfectly balanced coin, it will land on heads with a 1 in 2 chance, or tails with a 1 in 2 chance. But are there really two outcomes? Is there not one specific outcome we can determine? Yes. With complete information, there can be no chance, only outcome. Complete information yields perfect predictions, 100% accuracy, no outcomes. Now we come to one of the most difficult concepts in the Order for initiates to grasp. If the result of the flip of a coin is known to be heads, is it necessary to flip the coin? Would it not be more efficient to simply go forward as if it had been flipped and proceed with whatever action that flip was intended to choose? If so, what part of that choice was ever left to chance? The answer, of course, is none. Only when there is less than complete information are we reduced to chance. At present, we do not have complete information. Instead, we are still forced to deal
Yes,
with
Commander.
probabilities, expected values, and standard deviations, which lead to
Yes, quite.
Sigma.
Anais was always equally at home in the field. Joined on a few assignments, in fact. Rarely followed my lead. Suppose seeing the future more clearly than others can disincline one to listen. Anyhow, I'm sure she heard me this time. I owe her. If I got her killed whilst squaring that debt, I couldn't live with myself. Inquire away. I may even respond. Very well.
You know, I thought the abbot in Matriarch's Mercy was out of touch. But these folk are really giving him a run for his bits. It's weird here, ain't it?
Are not enough.
The Order's really got some nerve, acting all superior over Auntie's choice. They mock us for our experiments, but here they are drugging their own folk en masse. Ain't any different from us in the end. Though, guess it really goes to show the power of public relations, huh?
To our proud archivists. And you
Fine by me.
can say you contributed to the archive.
And now, constructually compelling yet categorically veracious statements regarding products researched and designed to increase energy, efficiency, creativity, and focus. Pinnacle Crabble flavored tea.
You didn't ask for this, but you will.
From the Order of the Ascendant. A roguish comical remark discovered upon a chalkboard. Auntie's Choice and the Protectorate both count very little. The Order of the Ascendant counts the most. And now a song from a composer predicted to have 3 well-liked melodies and become allergic to water this year.
Hello. Welcome to Kef Integration Point. I'm Junior Caffeine Celebrant Runch, and I'll be happy to assist you today. Oh, she's a real top-of-class type. Smart, but also patient. I struggle sometimes with my advanced courses, but Persephone's been tutoring me after work hours. I'm just glad she doesn't mind teaching the same lesson twice. Anyway, I'd hate to waste any more of your free study period with my idle thoughts. Anything else I can help with? Apologies. As a junior celebrant, I'm only permitted to distribute caffeine at this time. But my colleague, Miss Doyle, will be able to assist with convictions when she's back on shift. Oh, is this another census? Were my previous answers not sufficient? I could spend all day expositing on the benefits of the garden, but I think you'll experience much of it yourself. If you're permitted to stay, of course. Certainly. Here you are. Please imbibe responsibly.
numbers are so monumental. They're also known as transcendental. They're irrational, 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 irrational. Remainder is mishmashed. They're irrational, 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 irrational. Remainder is mishmashed.
On this electrifying episode of Notable Locations of Scientific Inquiry, we travel well outside our zone of academical comfort to an objectively and
On a scale
verifiably
of
shocking
1
moonscape,
to 100,
where things
how
go
pleased
chomp
are you
and
with the
zap
garden in
the
its current
perpetual
state?
night.
Please, try to capture your exact satisfaction to the nearest 10th integer.
As we visit
100?
Praetor, an
Certainly.
inhospitable
That's
planetoid,
the right answer, isn't
only
it?
made marginally
I can show my
habitable
math if
by
you
our
need.
grounding station
Really love
and
to stay.
electrical dispersion
Determining the
lines.
remainder of your stay in Laplace's garden is not the purpose of this survey. But your unprompted insecurity has been noted.
Elysium Moon Praetor is as fascinating to the mind as it is mortiferous to the body. Tidally locked in Elysium's shadow, Praetor suffers a distinct deficit.
Don't bother conversating unless you are prepared to cite your sources.
No lectures, please.
Surface with low
Hello. Farewell. Thank you for this efficiently compact conversation.
electricity.
Lovely day for differential geometry.
Appreciate
Have an intellectually stimulating day. Please don't take me on a cotangent.
transcripts.
Can't talk. Calculating an inverse complex sine function in my head. Happy to chat for 0.07 seconds. Oh, time's up. Bye. Oh, hello. Cogitate here often? I suppose I could spare 0.004% of my daily cycle to say hello. Happy to chat for 0.07 seconds.
There's little you could tell me I
time's up.
couldn't also
Bye.
tell you. I have nothing to say. Unless you want to discuss the inverse of the Planck function. Do your own research. I can tell we have little crossover of interests. I have many solutions, but none for your problems by the look of you. Not in the mood for a random interaction, thank you.
High-tension wiring, thus providing a conduit for excessive electrical activity in the atmosphere to reach the grounding station, where it's safely dispersed, typically. Tenured station operators estimate the system is 78% effective at mitigating 82% of the danger posed by hypercharged atmospherics. Our electrical dispersion system is ingeniously adaptable. Reversing the system's polarity will send surplus protons from the grounding station backward to any rod in the network. A convenient method to terminate any hostile life forms poking around where they are unwanted. One quick jolt, and they're off to the hereafter. Simply an intriguing possibility to consider as you mull the many fascinating facts behind the Praetor grounding station. Objectively, a notable location of scientific inquiry.
Addendum. Your review of this episode post-recording revealed the subterranean grounding network is in fact 307.51 miles of wire instead of 307.47 miles as originally reported. We apologize profusely for this careless failure of basic fact-checking. The responsible researchers have been formally censured.
Stand by for further stimulating content. Consistency in your work is wonderful. Consistency in playlists is not. Now for a new song.
Graph's tingling. All charged up. Craft ain't ready. This thing's got a mean streak. Popping my claw.
Taking the torpification in progress.
Graph back in business. My claw's always crabby. The Crabble Claw's angry.
You're just listening to next week's #1 hit. Next up, well, the seers among you already know.
By fluids to 100 degrees Celsius.
Mobilizing. Capacitor deployed. Free energy if you can reach it. Torpificator at ready status. Negative. Recharge incomplete. Mitigating the threat.
Graph's still recharging.
You've suffered extensive... Capacitor out. Get it while it's energized. Torpificator is charged.
have tuned your receiver to Grand Plan Wireless. We verify before we amplify. Attention order acolytes, perfection now exists in sandwich form. Our scienticians have created the perfect BLT sandwich. It is balanced, layered, and tasteful. You may cease your search for complete lunchtime fulfillment, for it has arrived. You are welcome from the Order of the Ascendant. Humorous hot beverage mug text recently observed, scienticians seek safety in numbers and enlightenment. Avid followers of our predictive playlists are already aware of which song follows. Interested in receiving our weekly selection of mathematical clues? Visit your local predictory.
Investigating hostile intentions. Proceeding to attack. Commander, throwing energy your way. Unit away. Recharge before it discharges. Standing by to stupefy. handle this. Energy capacitor out. Energy is up for grabs.
As determined, you're listening to Grand Plan Wireless. For transpiring events, philosophical profundities, informed insight into the future, also music.
What you think about, you bring about. The Order advocates for no less than 6 hours of uninterrupted rumination on the universal equation per day.
Stay tuned for what follows. The following song has been determined to facilitate abstract thinking and constructive rumination.
The color of space, a chromospectral analysis. When asked about the average color of space, the famous stellar cartographer Newton Otisgard replied, with no hesitation, beige. Too experienced human astronomer, his answer was the expected one. But I can already hear the obtuse listener bleating, with their faces contorted into a rictus of ignorance. Wouldn't the average color be black or white, or simply a shade of gray? No. No, it would not. The answer is rooted in the science of how hot objects absorb and emit light, which answers the ancillary mystery of why there are no green stars. To understand all of this, you must understand the basics of thermal diversification.
That facility looks cozy, don't it?
The typical piece of non-heated matter absorbs most electromagnetic radiation that falls upon it, including light, infrared, and radio emissions. And the matter reflects only a small portion of that radiation. The visible part of that reflection is its color. However, most stellar objects generate far more radiation than they absorb.
Hostilities are afoot. They're benumbed, locking them down.
Based on its temperature and stellar composition determines what packets of light will be emitted, while stellar temperature determines the frequency of light and what portion of the spectrum that is. Low temperature infrared is visible to us in a proper interpretation, which I did not describe here. As the stellar body's temperature increases, its emitted light shifts up into visible light, through red, to orange, then yellow, then white. Even rare blue stars exist. These are the hottest stars, emitting mostly blue and invisible ultraviolet light. So why are there no green stars, you wonder? I would think the listeners could easily draw this trivial conclusion for themselves, but if I must... It's because any star emitting green light also emits bluish and or reddish light too, resulting in a non-green star. There is no naturally occurring stellar composition that emits solely packets of green light. In fact, such a composition itself would constitute evidence for intelligent interference, and no such evidence of any kind has ever been detected. Let's get back to Newton Otisgard, the famous stellar photographer. The methodology of Otisgard's chromospectral survey was straightforward. He partitioned his astronomical field of view into grids, then tagged each object into the grid. He ignored empty regions, as black would only dim the color and not change its fundamental hue. The light from every galaxy, star, nebula, and quasar was gathered and fed into a central tabulator for computation. The subsequent spectral analysis produced a final answer to within 0.5% of the predicted value. And that result was beige. More specifically, the coordinate model of color space, the hue is 42 degrees, while the saturation is a mere 9%, and the value is a full 100%. In more novice terms, while the color tends towards white, the addition of a variety of reds and some blues results in a more beige tone. And there you have it. So go forth, neophytes, and as you study your lessons, stare at the nondescript walls of your library, classroom, or dormitory facility, and exult in the knowledge that beige is also the color of the universe.
Structurally compelling yet categorically veracious statements regarding products researched and designed to increase energy, efficiency, creativity, and focus. Make Pinnacle Meal Replacement Bars the complete part of your daily meals and of the plan. Designed for optimal nutritional extraction, they also taste acceptable. From the Order of the Ascendant. Never forget, we will unlock humanity's true potential, in due course, in due time, each fulfilling our prescribed role within the grand plan. Warning, the following song mentions some actions that are improper, something your fractions should never be.
Suspicion, rightly so.
Resorting to violence. You get the claw. My claw's always crabby. Craft's still a bit sleepy. Craft's raring to go. Help me end this fight on my feet.
The hue is 42 degrees, while the saturation is a mere 9%, and the value is a full 100%. In more novice terms, while the color tends towards white, the addition of a variety of reds and some blues results in a more beige tone. And there you have it. So go forth, neophytes, and as you study your lessons, stare at the nondescript walls of your library, classroom, or dormitory facility, and exult in the knowledge that beige is also the color of the universe.
Craft's raring to go. Still recharging. Popping my claw. My claw. Capacitor unit away. Recharge before it discharges.
Negative. Recharge incomplete.
Craft is ready, and frankly, recharging as fast as it can, Commander. The crowd applauds angry.
From the Order of the Assembly. Understanding your purpose, knowing your purpose. This popular number has been conclusively proven to promote cognitive function.
handle this.
This is Grand Plan Wireless, broadcasting soothing tunes.
Craft's back in business.
Content for your cerebral cortex around the chronometer until we achieve ascension.
Energy capacitor out. Energy is up for grabs.
Warfare Analysis have completed their audit of the Protectorate's combat effectiveness. Praetor factors heavily in their findings. This minute moon plays a colossal role in both the Protectorate's military readiness and the oppression of their subject populace. Although Auntie's choice has extended their corporate umbrella over Praetor, their foothold is insubstantial, their momentum stalled. Protectorate remains robust. Their autumn mechanical factory, for instance, is reportedly operating...
Mess with me, you get the claw. This thing's got a mean streak.
...to reinforce their military ranks. Manufacturing performance-augmenting combat armor for human combatants. Our presence on Praetor is limited at best. We operate a grounding station to mitigate the lethal electrified atmospherics unique to this moon. Such irony. Our station greatly increases Praetor's habitability, even for our foes. Will those laypersons ever shower us with gratitude for not turning it against them? Of course not.
End message with an emphatic sign-off such as, "You'll never be sad when you have solutions."
Proceeding to attack.
Additional data. Determined to facilitate cognition.
Probability and the grand plan. There can be no discussion of the grand plan.
Stun weapon ready, Commander.
Pertaining to deep contemplation of probability. Our ability...
My aftermarket parts are pride.
...is fundamentally rooted in statistical mathematics. Statistics is not what data that is gathered, collated, and suggested. What is the chance in that analysis? Let's look at the interpretation of pure chance. If one puts a perfectly balanced coin, it will land on heads with a 1 in 2 chance, or tails.
Commander,
with a 1 in 2
throwing energy your way.
Are there really 2 outcomes? Is there not one specific outcome we can determine? Yes. With more information, there can be no chance. Only outcome. Complete information yields perfect prediction.
Mobilizing.
100% accuracy. Known outcomes. Now we come to one of the most difficult concepts in the order for initiative.
Breath's tingling. All charged up.
If the result of the flip of the coin is known to be head, is it necessary to would it not be more efficient to simply go forward as if it had been flipped and proceed with whatever action that flip was intended to choose? If so, what part of that choice was ever left to chance? The answer, of course, is none. Only when there is less than complete information are we reduced to chance. At present, we do not have complete information. Instead, we are still forced to deal in probabilities, expected values, and standard deviations, which lead to the dreaded sigma of probability distributions. By necessity, we are forced to estimate outcomes based on assumed distributions of sample populations. Such a travesty. No. Not a travesty.
Investigating hostile intentions.
Gravelclaw's angry. This thing's got a mean streak. Locking them down. They're benumbed.
So to our goal. To the solving of the universe. Probability is not enough. are not enough. Incomplete information leads to inaccurate predictions, which lead to tragedies. We must not guess. We must know.
I'm ready!
And all things we suggest to our proud artists. You too consider distributed.
Raring to go! Torpificator is charged! Recharging first. Torpification in progress.
Questions. Today we have 3 questions for our youth-adjacent labels.
I'm still recharging. Pop in my claw. Mess with me, you get the claw.
First up in our trilogy of queries, I am currently working as a statistical analyzer, but I feel I've missed my calling as an analytical statistician. How might I switch careers?
I receive such queries regularly. Based on a method known as merged spline interpolation, one solution would be to engage in both professions. Just be careful to avoid Runge's phenomenon of convergent oscillation. But of course, you already know how to circumvent such a simple polynomial degeneracy. Good luck. Lost speed.
Second query, should I have another offspring? I already have 2 of them.
Your answer requires a lot of mathematics and analysis, but here's a general calculation based on the desired procreation rate of 2.3 offspring per couple. Calculate the sum of the children and the first 5 couples that live to your left, and add to it the sum of the children and the first 5 couples that live to your right. If this sum is less than 23, you should have another child. If the sum is greater than 23, you should not have another child. If the sum is exactly 23, you should move to a new neighborhood and repeat the experiment. Next query.
Final question for the vicar. Do these pantaloons make my posterior look overly substantial?
No, those pantaloons do not appear as a term in the antecedent of that statement. Instead, other terms are leading to the validity of that assertion. Thank you for listening.
Keep put. Much is left to come. And now a song from a composer predicted to have 3 well-liked melodies and become allergic to water this year.
No.
You have tuned your receiver to Grand Plan Wireless. We verify before we amplify. Confirm your hypotheses with Lemma Protein. Snacks.
Whether you are in between theorems or in between meals, Lemma has you covered.
From the Order of the Ascendant.
So, you folk just drop into a war zone, find an empty building, and set up shop? Isn't that dangerous?
Yeah, pretty much. And yes, very. But the profits are worth it.
You aren't afraid of getting, I don't know, robbed? Or killed? Or probably both?
Tell me, is the reason you're here because we have decent food? If you kill or rob us, you'll be stuck with rations forever. Don't shoot the hand that feeds you.
So cold. I don't even care what it tastes like, as long as it's hot.
Well, if it isn't our favorite contractor.
It was quite a walk to get here. I hope the food is worth it.
If you're looking to buy, head inside. Just don't cause any trouble.
Come in. Let me know if anything catches your eye. Let me know if you're looking for anything in particular. Making a profit? What else? War is very lucrative. Especially when you can sell to both sides.
And then one day our eyes did meet, and fate set into motion that telltale surge of dopamine and increased oxytocin.
Got a lot on my mind, but I can make time.
That went out to all our friends in the Office of Hindrance Deterrence and Obviation. Keep on. Those pivotal impediments won't preclude themselves.
The following song has been determined to facilitate abstract thinking and constructive rumination. And now, constructually compelling yet categorically voracious statements regarding products researched and designed to increase energy, efficiency, creativity, and focus.
You too can reach the pinnacle of refreshment with Omega Point Tea. Available in standard and recaffeinated versions. A taste this transcendent can only be formulated by the Order of the Ascendant.
Never forget, we will unlock humanity's true potential. In due course, in due time. Each fulfilling our prescribed role within the grand plan. Warning, the following song mentions some actions that are improper. Something your fractions should never be.
Yeah.
Hey!
Next, the latest field data validating or repudiating our forecasts and relevant informational details for near present and future calculations. No need to interrupt important academical activity. Please lend me your divided attention to acknowledge our archive facility on Cloister. None among you forget, we lost computation.
Feel free to use the workbench. Just don't break it.
Sophisticated Anti's choice lay people, who in turn lost it to our foes in the Protectorate. Both parties surely befouled the original assemblies of our planetoidal analytic engine with their processing requests. Which is why we must reacquire the archive at the earliest feasible opportunity. even if we must contract with outside assistance. Once we reassume control and cleanse the archive of its conflicting calculations, we can once again set it to the worthy task of solving the universal equation.
Now do carry on. And as always, anticipate and calculate.
Continuing as predetermined. Avid followers of our predictive playlists are already aware of which song follows. Interested in receiving our weekly selection of mathematical clues? Visit your local predictory.
1, 2, 3, 5, 8. 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8. Function f to the n equaling our starting zen. Function fn minus 1 plus the fn minus 2. In all cases that we know, starting where n is so low. Now you know just what to do. Start the cycle, here's the cue. It's Fibonacci, a sequence largely summing to preceding numbers gives us math that brings us wonders. Define the recurrence relation, get us to sequence summation. It's Fibonacci from Liber Abaci.
Probably nothing useful here, but I might as well take a look before the scrappers start creeping in.
Gazing upon the golden a part that's quite so vital, arcing in a circle, giving squares perfect quotient, 0, 1, and again, 2, 3, 5, and 8, and then 13, 21, not 2, 24, we're counting through. It's Fibonacci, a sequence largely It's Fibonacci from Liber Abaci. The Fibonacci sequence is in which each number is the sum of the two preceding ones. 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13,
Ratcheting up my aggression.
44, 55, 18, 1, 44, and so on and so forth. It's Fibonacci, a sequence largely summing to preceding numbers gives us math that brings us wonders. Define the recurrence relation, get us to sequence summation.
Torpificate.
It's Fibonacci from Liber Abaci.
As determined, you're listening to Grand Plan Wireless. For transpiring events, philosophical profundities, informed insight into the future, and also music. Join the Order of the Ascendant and experience the beauty and elegance of the well-formulated plan. You'll never forget your first higher-order logarithmic differentiation. Stay tuned for what follows. Consistency in your work is wonderful. Consistency in playlists is not. Now for a new song.
I'm tingling, all charged up.
How many digits high? How many numbers am I?
Hostilities are afoot.
6286038248253.
Craft's back in business.
Always crabby. Popping my claw.
Mobilizing.
I transmit continued tribulations from Cloister, where our settlement of Newton has yet to recover from calamitous events in its recent history. This critical facility, once a tranquil haven of intellectual inquiry and data extrapolation, remains under the slaughterous thumb of those murderous zealots, the Glorious Dawn. Those homicidal societal cast-offs worship the rifts, the very phenomenon our scienticians are attempting to mitigate. Naturally, our incompatible outlooks put us at odds. If only Dawn's cultists resorted to reasoned discourse, rather than wanton bloodletting to promote their point of view. Ultimately, we must prioritize the security of Newton, not just for the safety of its scienticians, but so we might forestall the Rift dilemma and certain doomsday.
In closing, a potentially incongruent word of advice. Invariably find a way to turn your negatives into positives.
Further beneficial content soon follows. This popular number has been conclusively proven to promote cognitive function.
Yeah.
I'll handle this. Commander, throwing energy your way.
Scrap is ready, and frankly, zipped off.
Capacitor deployed. Free energy if you can reach it.
This melodious little ditty was dedicated to novice Gertrude Powell. Your nominate has taken great interest in the figure.
Law. Ain't no telling how many folk got caught up in this. Every life taken, dozens more are shattered.
Never be.
All those Auntie's Choice adverts claiming each new product is 110% this and that, as if numbers are just another adjective unmoored from evidence. Doesn't it enrage you?
Come now. You can't really expect truth in advertising.
It's not the mistruths. It's the cavalier liberties taken with basic mathematics. How can every product be 110% better? What does that even mean?
Have you tried the new Borstwurst Marisol? I'd say it's at least 110%, maybe 120% better than whatever passed for meat paste in the last formulation.
Investigating hostile intention.
Hostile in proximity.
Standing by to stupefy. Taking the fight out of them. Mitigating the threat.
There you are!
Commander, you're bleeding. My aftermarket parts are primed.
This is Grand Plan Wireless, broadcasting soothing tunes for your audio canal and enriching content for your cerebral cortex around the chronometer until we achieve ascension. An unfortunate event has transpired. A massive explosion at Alexandra Monastery in Matriarch's Mercy has sent rocky debris raining down upon inhabited areas below. Yet, on a favorable note, this event has positively validated Seer Wiley's explosion zone predictions. The aforesaid debris landed in the forewarned areas with an 89.3% accuracy. Additionally, through the efforts of Administrator Garwal, no members of the displaced were housed in these locations at the time.
So ends this missive.
And now, additional data and/or music determined to facilitate cognition. And now, more music to perform advanced calculations by.
Hostilities are afoot. Go for torpification. Capacitor out.
Get it while it's energized. Locking them down. Torpification in progress. Hey, I'm not your enemy. Yet.
field data validating or repudiating our forecasts, and relevant informational details for near present and future calculations. We hope this transmission finds you analytically industrious, esteemed colleagues on Cloister, but might we take a moment to draw your attention to Spyreton? More than a bastion of scientism, Spyreton sits at the Archive's doorstep. Whoever holds it is within spitting probability of controlling the entire analytical planetoid. Just a fact worth noting for the venturesome among you in these uncertain times.
That is all for now. Until next time, keep hail and mind your calculations. Unlike parallel lines, I hope someday we'll meet.
Continuing as predetermined. Next up, well, the seers among you already know. Receiver to Grand Plan Wireless. We verify before we amplify. Attention Order Acolytes, perfection now exists in sandwich form. Our scienticians have created the perfect BLT sandwich. It is balanced, layered, and tasteful. You may cease your search for complete lunchtime fulfillment, for it has arrived. You are welcome.
See that spire? That's the archive right there. The archive.
Humorous hot beverage mug text recently observed, scienticians see safety in numbers and environment. And now a song from a composer predicted to have 3 well-liked melodies and become project winner this year.
Resorting to violence. Capacitor unit away. Recharge before it discharges. Stun weapon ready, Commander. Proceeding to attack. Taking the fight out of them. They're benumbed.
You're looking pretty scathed, Commander.
This one's got a mean streak.
at ready status.
Clues? Visit your local
Breaking them down. They're benumbed. All charged up. Energy capacitor out. Energy is up for grabs.
Not exactly up for that right now.
Standing by to stupefy. Commander, throwing energy your way.
Mobility interrupted. Mobility interrupted.
Go for torpification. Taking the fight out of them, locking them down.
You were just listening to next week's #1 hit. Consistency in your work is wonderful. Consistency in playlists is not. Now for a new song.
Yeah.
And now, constructually compelling yet categorically veracious statements regarding products researched and designed to increase energy, efficiency, creativity, and focus. Make Pinnacle Meal Replacement Bars the complete part of your daily meals and of the plan. Designed for optimal nutritional extraction, also tastes acceptable. From the Order of the Ascendant.
Get to your post.
Whimsical computational jest 37A. Be like the Minus operator. Make a difference today. Has been determined to facilitate abstract thinking and constructive rumination.
When we first met, your eyes pierced mine like an eye on
Did you receive your personalized order prediction yet? I'll admit to a bit of trepidation in regards to opening mine. This is the first one I've received since deployment.
Honestly, the ones you get in the field are lifesavers. I would have been dead 3 times over without mine.
Oh, that does set my mind at ease. Now, let's see. Mine says, don't consume tea this morning. Oh.
You already consumed this morning's tea, haven't you?
Yes.
Get to your post.
I find your proposed time frame leisurely. Unaccountably so.
But going any faster grossly increases the threat of collapse. Burying us beneath the snow benefits no one.
So long as we are operating within the statistical parameters given to us. I see absolutely no reason to delay. Pick up the pace.
You know, you strike me as someone with a very small body of published work.
I suppose I could spare 0.004% of my daily cycle to say hello.
You are listening to Grand Plan Wireless, Arcadia's voice of reason.
Have you at least determined the cause of the
Inconclusive at present. Potential causes for weakened snowpack include mortar fire, a crashed ship, perhaps even a small rift developing near the peak.
Architect, preserve me from guesswork. I want more concrete answers before the week is out. This cannot happen again.
I do recall a frantic scout filing a report predicting this eventuality. Perhaps a reviewing of his statistics may yield a full explanation.
The future is colliding with the present every moment.
Avid followers of our predictive playlists are already aware of which song follows. Interested in receiving our weekly selection of mathematical clues? Visit your local predictory.
Probability and the grand plan. There can be no
What could
discussion
possibly be keeping the repair personnel so long?
entertaining a deep contemplation of probability. Our ability to predict events to varying degrees of certainty is fundamentally rooted in statistical mathematics. Statistics, at its heart, is not but data. Data that is gathered, collated,
Oh, greetings. By any chance, did you happen to encounter the repair personnel I dispatched to Resistor Bank 2789B12?
Let's look at the interpretation of pure chance. If one flips a
Our new JTY-1030 resistor banks are built with enough durability to suffer through a tremendous amount of misuse. But the brutish handling by the Protectorate is too much for it. The misuse is causing moisture uptake, which causes the resistors to give off more heat. In the snow, that means more moisture, which means even more heat. I'm sure you can observe that the problem is cyclical in nature. I don't suppose you'd be willing to aid me in fixing this?
100% accuracy, known outcomes. Now we come to one of the most difficult concepts.
Ursopods, Protectorate forces, rogue scrappers, blizzards, mantisaurs, maybe even Auntie's choice forces. Truly a smorgasbord of unfortunate options. In the short term, it's wreaking havoc with the weather and causing small, localized blizzards. Long term, the Archive would suffer irreparable damage to multiple systems. Undoubtedly, this would reduce its maximum operations per millisecond. Obviously, this is unacceptable. I loathe that, for now, our actions may aid the Protectorate. But we must protect the Archive.
Forced to deal in probabilities, expected values, and standard deviations
Such good work definitely deserves a reward.
of probability distributions. By necessity, we are forced to estimate outcomes
That is most unfortunate. But at least his sacrifice did help improve the operations per millisecond. I will include his name in the records for this repair.
a horror. The Archive will help.
Thanks again for your assistance in that matter.
Every bit of data collected, analyzed, and input by our archivists brings us closer to our goal, to the solving of the universal equation. Probability is not enough. Guesses are not enough. Incomplete information leads to inaccurate predictions, which lead to tragedies. We must not guess. We must know. Help us know. Contribute any and all data you can collect to our proud archivists. And you too can say you contributed to the Archive.
As was long since foreordained, that song was requested by the Department of Predictive Analysis and Auspication.
And now, more music to perform advanced calculations by.
to go!
Energy Dwarfificator is charged.
Commander, if I know one thing for certain, murdering members of the Order isn't my role within the Grand Plan.
You may think you have tasted a great old-fashioned cocktail, but have you tasted the highest-rated old-fashioned ever created? Now you can, with Asymptote Bourbon, consistently rated the best.
I do respect your judgment. Generally, but I can't stomach this further. Don't ask me to. Dispatching Order renegades I can bear. Anyone else from the group? Never again.
Our lives predestined along paths. Broadcasting cognitive resonance across Arcadia, this is Grand Plan Wireless. And now, with another enlightening missive for the always inquisitive, it's time for Ask a Vicar with Vicar Magsaysay. A student wants to know, what exactly did the charismatic mathematician teach?
One can spend a lifetime poring over the mathematician's works and still never grasp every lick and tittle. I'll give you the 60-second version. This progenitor of the Order was the first to teach the defined and objective methods that led from the actuational mental stage to one of transcendence for all. He taught how society could reach its full potential and then move one stage beyond full humanity-spanning actualization.
Have you viewed any serial? Speak freely.
Human consciousness and understand infinity itself, grasping all of the cosmos as a single equation of thought. The universal equation. Time and space and thought will become one to the participants, who will act as a single godlike entity. The source of all causation and the benefactor of all understanding. In essence, nothing will be left to chance. The Ascendants will see all that was, is, and meant to be. Humanity is well along this path to omniscience. We can thank the charismatic mathematician for giving us a metaphorical kick in the correct direction.
Keep put, much is left to come. Avid followers of our predictive playlists are already aware of which song follows. Interested in receiving our weekly selection of mathematical clues? Visit your local predictory.
What? I'm...
Still girding my strength. At your word, I shall charge!
Torpificator at ready status.
Pattern. Combat probable.
Prudence dictates. I...
Pouring fire!
Capacitor deployed. Free energy if you can reach it.
Missile measures at the ready, Commander.
On the authority!
Tuned your receiver to Grand Plan Wireless. We verify before we amplify.
Make your desired outcome be a probabilistic certainty with Pinnacle Vegetable Expulsions.
You enjoyed our casts. Now try our expulsions from the Order of the Ascendant. Always remember, every moment, every minute calculation brings us closer to solving the universal equation. Warning, the following song mentions some actions that are improper, something your fractions should never be.
Such a haphazard electrical setup deserves careful scrutiny, but consider using eye protection, dear.
Complexity is partially imaginary. No need for fear. The concept isn't very scary. Complexity is partially imaginary. You can have
listening to Grand Plan Wireless, Arcadia's voice of reason. Welcome to another installment of Ask a Vicar with Vicar Mag Sai. A recent inquiry: why do I hear order product advertisements from the same voices denouncing Auntie's Choice rampant commercialism?
Good question. I'd say the place we differ most from our consumers' rivals is our overall philosophy, the way we view everything. They believe in profit above all else, while we strive for the ascendance of all humanity through the solution of the universal equation. The difference could hardly be greater. So, while we might share methods from time to time, such as the distribution of goods in our case, to help others ascend to greater heights, we could hardly be more dissimilar.
Do you have an inquiry about our order you're bursting to ask? Drop us a message at your local predictory. What happens next may surprise you, but not us. And now, a song from a composer predicted to have 3 well-liked melodies and become allergic to water this year.
You've gathered your data through observation. You're looking for variables with some relation. You've noticed a pattern, a pattern, a pattern. So you create an equation.
Fitting for the Order, developing a massive weapon only to forget it underground.
of light through the vacuum of space on our primary band, this is Grand Plan Wireless, the informed, sourced, peer-reviewed sound of scientism. Colleagues, we are living in astounding yet increasingly difficult to predict times. One need look no further than the rift intensification event. It is no great leap to hypothesize the rifts present an extinction.
Invasive elements!
How fascinating. It's worth noting how our Arcadian cohabitators view this energetic phenomenon. The incursive bit brokers in Auntie's Choice perceive the rifts as an exploitable resource once someone figures out how to stabilize them. No great cognitive feat to deduce that someone is us. Meanwhile, those chronicle folks in the Protectorate are taking their textbook propagandized approach, outwardly heralding the rifts as a portent of their vaunted paradigm, while no doubt inwardly seeking their own means to mitigate them. This is not
Catheter unit away. Recharge before it discharges.
Configuration Center on Praetor. We remain skeptical of the Protectorate's research, given their lack of any staff academically lettered and duly accredited in the fields of scientism. In fact, it is likely the rift threat would never have escalated if the Protectorate had simply included us in their research from the outset.
Unleash my might upon them!
Dismiss their clumsy attempts outright. Even a stopped chronometer is accurate twice in a daily cycle. Traveling at the speed of light through the vacuum of space on our primary band, this is Grand Plan Wireless, the informed, sourced, peer-reviewed sound of scientism. For those of you away in the field or heads down in research during our last shared learning symposium, we offer the following rescreening of Vicar Magsaysay's presentation.
Welcome to Zeranium and You, a brief accounting of this crucial material. Though minute amounts were first discovered in the Beta Draconis system, Zeranium wasn't found in significant quantities until the terraforming of Cloister and Eden. Since it's become the principal power source for all recognized inhabitants.
Weapon ready, Commander.
In its gaseous form, it is specifically stored material.
Catheter. Free energy if you can reach it.
Damn it! Where'd they get you now? On your nutrient bars.
Giving chase.
I shall not stay your execution.
hostilities.
Imagine years of jeopardous methodological systems.
Energy catheter out. Energy is up for grabs.
Filtering my...
Taking the fight out of them. Purification in progress.
Mobility interrupted. Mobility interrupted. Mobility interrupted. Mobility interrupted. Mobility interrupted. Mobility interrupted.
Negation is
substance before us was likely emitted from that rift. Something tells me it would be rather useful weaponized, and that we could acquire more within the rifts themselves. I shall not stay your execution! Unleash my Black Lord judgment!
Status currently prosperous.
Go for torpification. Torpification in progress. Locking them down.
Mobility interrupted. Mobility Mobility interrupted.
Of scientism. Valued students of the Order of the Ascendant, recent fascinating but alarming astronomical events require your immediate and undivided cognitive attention. The main rift anomaly has undergone a sudden destabilization event, spiking in mass and activity, surging 17.2% into a web-like construct spanning 0.17 astronomical units. The geometrical math underlying this energetic intensification reshapes our understanding of exponential dynamics. No exaggeration, we will spend years analyzing this phenomenon.
I usually prefer assassination over technology theft, but I must admit that was a delightful little heist.
Large and localized rifts have transitioned into an existential threat to the entire colony. Why our Oscar laureate was nearly consumed by the Rift's runaway expansion while on an important research excursion. He barely escaped being reduced to his constituent nucleons. Our seers predict with a 37.6% certainty that the localized rifts across Arcadia will also intensify. If you observe something, write something, citing sources and submitting for peer review, of course. Thus, we will save humanity and preserve the rifts for laboratory study, a logical course of action with no risk of mishap.
That is all for now. Until next time, keep hail and mind your calculations. Unlike parallel lines, I hope someday we'll meet.
Continuing as predetermined. Mention some actions that are improper, something your fraction
Did you need something? Maybe.
As determined, you're listening to Grand Plan Wireless. For transpiring events, philosophical profundities, informed insights into the future, also music. Because reason never goes out of season, it's time for another administration of Lady Enlightenment with Ask a Vicar, featuring Vicar Mag Sci. Today we focus on quantity over qualitative analysis with an accelerated round of brief layers and inquiries. Starting with, does the Order know the outcome of this war?
Of course we do. But such knowledge cannot be shared with the general public or broadcast over the ether. Such an action would shift the equation into new modes. Might introduce ancillary expressions that would invalidate our original solution. The mention of these topics risks catastrophic, predeterminative discontinuity. Let's move on.
A listener asks,
Glorious dawn encampment ahead. Wonder if they'll be happy to see me.
Query. In no uncertain terms, you must never calculate your own personal life equation. The equation necessarily requires bijective isometry. Such a class of parametric mappings must be made by an objective third-party order member to assure non-arbitrary orthogonality.
The architect has honored us with this divine rift. In the name of the architect, we are tasked with defending this glorious gateway from the heathens and ne'er-do-wells who would see its magnificence sullied. Remember,
did she go?
any who die defending the rift, the greatest of the architect's creation, will find themselves reborn in perfection.
Stay
To
tuned
die
for
in
what
their
follows.
service is not a mark of shame. It is an honor
The
of
following
the
song has
highest
been determined
order.
to facilitate abstract thinking and constructive rumination.
8. Function f to the n equaling our starting zen. Function fn minus 1 plus the fn minus 2. In all cases that we know, starting where n is so low. Now you know just what to do. Start the cycle, here's the cue. It's Fibonacci, a sequence largely summing to repeating numbers. Gives us math that brings us wonders. Define the recurrence relation. Get us to sequence summation. It's Fibonacci from Liber Abaci. Gazing upon the golden spiral, a part that's quite so vital, arcing in a circle motion, giving squares perfect quotient, 0, 1, 1, and again, 2, 3, 5, and 8, and then 13, 21, not 2, 34, we're counting through. It's Fibonacci.
Proceeding to attack. Enemy spotted. Torpificator is charged. The fight out of them. They're benumbed. Energy capacitor out. Energy is up for grabs. Reviving me is in everyone's best interests.
It's Fibonacci from Liber first gives us wrath that brings us wonders. Define the recurrence relation, get us to sequence summation. It's Fibonacci, or from Liber Abaci. Gazing upon the golden spiral, a part that's quite so vital, arcing in a circle motion.
I'll handle this.
0, 1, 1, and again. 2, 3, 5, and 8, and 34 were counted.
A lot. Commander, throwing energy your way. Enemy spotted. Stun weapon ready, Commander.
Turn! Recharge! No target! This might sting. A lot.
Consider self-preservation.
I will restore my life or avenge my death.
It's Fibonacci, a sequence softly.
Capacitor deployed. Free energy if you can reach it.
Fibonacci, from Liber Abaci. Fibonacci is the sequence. Each number is the sum of the two preceding ones. 1, 1, 2, 3. 21, 34, 55. 44, and so forth.
Energy capacitor out. Energy is up for grabs.
Get us to sequence summation. From Liber Abaci.
Capacitor out. Get it while it's energized.
Plan Wireless, broadcasting soothing tunes for your audio canal and
Purification in progress. Mitigating the threat. Vitals are in the red, Commander.
specifically Anti's choice on their shortcomings. It is a straightforward vision of a corporate transactional society that suffers from dissatisfaction and fracturing among the population. For empirical evidence, Exhibit A, their performance center.
Do try to limit further damage, Commander. Dwarfificator is charged. Taking the fight out of them. Locking them down.
Skincare products. Special wants of their citizens. Every new consumable must represent a 110% improvement over the previous one. An insulting hyperbole of mathematics and a gross disappointment for their subjects. And yet both facilities produce more problems than products. The chemical plant is a cesspool of industrial waste, byproducts of Anti's haphazard production process.
Suture me up. It would improve your odds.
A splinter group has threatened immediate stoppage over unfair treatment. Even basic biological functions such as urination breaks are transactionalized. Such inefficiency. Production is at a standstill, and rightly so. These issues are all symptoms of a larger plague, inefficiency. The corporatists claim their mission statement is the pursuit of self-betterment. In reality, their cutthroat practices and slipshod production methods
Mobilizing.
will only lead to further fracturing and unhappiness. Predicted with a 7%. Source references, footnotes, and appendices for this analysis.
Standing by to stupefy.
Now to carry on. And as always, anticipate and calculate.
As following our predictive plans are
Purification in progress. Reviving me is strategically optimal.
I'm alive. Who needs to die? Not possible. No target to gut.
Resorting to violence.
All in the rift.
If I could, but alas, it's not charged.
All in the rift.
Torpificator at ready status.
I've been so preoccupied with the impertinence of my slack-witted brethren, I've missed the answer right in front of me. Our communication devices. There is someone who would have tried to contact me to warn me. Someone who wouldn't have been taken in by a faked kill order. Point taken. You know, I really should have seen the flaw in recruiting suggestible slackwits to our cause. But Severin is different. I knew him from before. Long before the Glorious Dawn. We had a secret code we used to hide things from our parents before... Well, never mind that. Very well. Let's just say that he was forbidden to associate with me and leave it at that. Anyway, if he used that code to embed a message to me within a Dawn missive, no one would have even known it was there. I should have been checking our comm devices, damn it. Well, I'll rectify that right now. I knew it! He wants to help me find out who's behind this. I sent a reply telling him to meet me here on Cloister. It's not too far and should be safe.
Bishop at the time. This was more than a century ago. He had grown disillusioned with the order of scientific inquiry, which he felt had lost sight of the original vision. Perfection through prediction. The matriarch appealed to his desire to return to that original vision, asking him to join her in her great enterprise. Together, they would establish a perfect society devoted to humanity's ascension. In exchange, she would finance a computronic machine that would account for every possibility, the Archive. Such a device could never be built on Earth with its paltry resources. So began our sect, the Order of the Ascendant, steadfast in our crusade to solve the universal equation in Arcadia. And that, to answer your listener's query, is why we're here.
Stay tuned for what follows. And now, a song from a composer predicted to have 3 well-liked melodies and become allergic to water this year.
Generating primes, techniques, and uses. Good day and welcome again to Advanced Abstract Algebraics, Section 4, Session 43. Please continue to enjoy the background music, which I have selected today based on its arithmetic-based harmonic progressions. My name is Edmund Vandersmith, and I am the Senior Tenured Laureate of the Tertiary Adjunct School of Numismatics for the Order of the Ascendant. Today's lecture will focus on the theory of prime numbers, techniques, and uses thereof. I know. Prime numbers? Why so simplistic? Well, consider this a basic refresher course in remedial numismatics for those new to the order. I will start by explaining what a prime number is, despite the fact that you should have learned that definition decades ago, while still in diapers. But no matter. I have been called many things in repetitious is one of them. I have also been called redundant several times.
You better sleep with both eyes open.
You can believe that.
Hope that wasn't intentional.
So, prime number. What are they?
Architect's balls! Supposed to shoot the enemy!
Given the set of
I've been known to hold a grudge, you know. You better sleep with both eyes open.
I take umbrage.
Quiet. 2 other numbers in the set and 2.
Shooting an ally. Unorthodox at best. Not the optimal use of ammunition. Hey, I'm not your enemy.
Side note,
Yet.
I'm frequently asked why isn't one of
Don't make me confiscate your weapon.
Provided other than itself. And the answer is simple.
I take umbrage.
Because with such
Hope that wasn't intentional.
definition of a prime number, then nothing else would be
Architect's
a
balls!
prime number.
Supposed to shoot the enemy!
What good are prime numbers?
I hear Cloister is a lovely place to live, if you're a moon-sized computational device that requires year-round sub-zero temperatures to avoid melting down.